Alright, welcome back to BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. If you've never been here before, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on this channel. Check this out. This is another update for YNW Melly. This is the latest update, which is April 27th of 2024. And I'll be specific about the date so that all the people who are actually really following the YNW Melly situation unfolding, they know that when they hear the date, that's the latest. All right, check this, man. I'm looking at YNW Melly come into the courtroom and YNW Melly is smiling. We're going to talk about why he in court now again, because he just got moved from one facility to another. The facility he was at for the last 5 years, he just got moved to that facility. He looks very different. I don't know, people online are making jokes. Somebody said, he went in there. Boy came out looking like Julio, whoever that rapper is. You know his name, go look him up, right? Very famous rapper. But YNW Melly is really starting to look like one of them Florida boys. Like one of them Florida boys that got no kind of celebrity attachments to them. Hood ninjas, Florida boys. The locks are draping. We call it draping. The locks are draping. All he need now, man, is a 1976 box Chevy on big wheels, dunk it, and he riding out in the streets, mouth full of diamonds and all that. He really looks like he is not in jail. If you take away YNW Melly's prison outfit and put regular clothes on him and just switch his background and put it to be somewhere like at the mall or somewhere at a flea market or down the street, I don't know, somewhere in Opelika, Overtown, Carol City, you know, he would look like he is not in prison. Nothing about his face says, I am facing a double murder trial. Nothing about his face says, I've been locked up for 5 years and I'm facing the death penalty. Let's talk about the latest reason why he is in there. By the way, when I seen him get on screen and the way how he was smiling and he kept smiling and smiling, I said, YNW Melly, looking at his eyes and his laughing, smiling face, he looks like he is higher than Jesus Christ. He is high as shit. He is way up there. I don't know if he has a medication regime going on behind bars and he is on meds. A lot of people go get locked up and then they end up on meds for some reason, either to cope with the time and their behavioral issues, or whatever the case may be, sleep deprivation, whatever. They got the medications back there for you. People go in the pill line, they get their pills, and they become addicted to these things. Some people got a little bit of pull behind them bars, and they are able to get to anything and everything else, even other people's medication. So, as far as this goes, April 27th, 2024, latest update with YNW Melly. It says that the rapper YNW Melly attended a hearing on Friday, which was April 26th, 2024, as his double murder retrial in Broward County remains on hold. They've had his trial on hold for quite some time now. The last video I did, I said he's been behind bars for 5 years without a trial. Somebody corrected me and I stand corrected. He's been behind bars for 5 years. He has had a trial already. His trial ended in a mistrial. Now they're getting ready to do another trial. Before I say anything else, I want you to leave in the comment section if you think that YNW Melly is going to beat this case. Or if you think that YNW Melly is going to get hit really hard when he goes to trial, as in guilty, convicted, death penalty, sentenced. Do you think he's getting the death penalty? Or you think he is getting probably life without the possibility of parole given the kind of crime that it was? Or do you think that he is going to beat this and walk away? I'll talk more about that some other time. So the rapper whose real name is Jamel Demons, he's accused of murdering 2 of his childhood friends, Chris Thomas, who is otherwise known as YNW Juvie, and Anthony Williams, otherwise known as YNW Sack Chaser. In 2018, after a late night recording session, this is when they said it happened, and then he tried to stage it along with Cortland Henry, aka Bartland, YNW Portland, they tried to stage it to make it look like it was a drive-by shooting. Of course, a lot of people been saying, damn, they were homies. They sandbox playing shorties that knew each other from that height coming up. So why would he want to do that to his closest friends? Man, you know, sometimes the most dangerous people around you are the ones that are closest to you. However, in this particular case, they have a little bit more, right? Because there were some beefs and rivalries that led up to, and some discrepancies that led up to this situation happening. Like, for instance, there was a talk about who's in control of the YNW brand, who is the real owner, who is the CEO. And that was an argument that was between Sack Chaser and Melly. There were also talks about taking the YNW brand and signing it to some other label or some other entity, and there was money on the table that was supposed to be distributed. But if the YNW brand is not owned by Melly, then he can't have the 100% say-so in what happens to the brand. And there could have been a discrepancy about who's supposed to get how much money, who is on board with that deal or who wasn't. And then there were also other stories about Sack Chaser and YNW Melly fighting physically. They said that Sack Chaser whooped his ass. All kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes, right? So there are possible motives. Not saying they are, because I wasn't there. Now, the first trial against Melly, I said before, ended in a mistrial, which was last summer of 2023. A judge ruling in January ruled to suppress a promotional video about Melly's life from evidence, meaning they don't want it presented at trial in the evidence. And this prompted the prosecutors to file an appeal because the prosecutors want it in. These are one of the motions that YNW Melly's attorneys have filed. They've filed many motions. This is what has slowed down his case so much, because the more motions they file is the more the case will get slowed down, because each motion has to be answered before the case can actually proceed to court. You understand? So with them doing all these filing of the motion, they lose some, but they win some. And this is one that YNW Melly's attorneys did win. They won the judge's discretion, or the judge's decision, to suppress a promotional video about Melly's life from evidence, to not present it at court. His attorneys don't want him to be seen by the jury in the way he is seen in the video. The prosecution wants it to be presented at court, so they file an appeal. And now the entire case is delayed just because of this. And it's delayed until that appeal goes through the appellate courts. Which, for the people who are asking, okay man, we tired of this, when are we going to get to trial? Well, guys, it's going to take a while, because this appeal has to go through the appellate courts. It could take a few more months. So we're already in April, end of April. We're looking at May next. It could be June, July, August, September, October. This could lead to the end of 2024 before he actually starts trial. Friday's hearing on the 26th of April, that hearing, after Melly's attorneys asked to discuss outstanding motions in the case. This is a day where they sit and they discuss all the outstanding motions, to include this one. They want to proceed with discovery, including taking depositions. They're like, okay, come on, we could get to the next step, right? Let's go into the discovery phase and taking depositions and all that. But prosecutors claim the hearing should not be held since the appeal court had issued a stay in the proceedings. Right, so Melly's attorneys are there. They're looking to push forward now after they stalled the case with this appeal, which they knew it takes months. And now they're in court saying, hey, we want to move forward with some more stuff. In the meantime, let's go ahead with discovery. Let's go ahead with including taking depositions and all that other stuff. And now the prosecutors are saying, hold up. No, y'all brought it to a standstill. This is where we're at. And now they're saying that there should not be even a meeting here today in court, because the appeal courts, who this motion that you just filed has to go through, they had issued a stay in the proceedings. So let's wait to hear what they say we should do next. Wait to hear what their final ruling on, should we present that video in court or should it be taken out, omitted. Judge John J. Murphy III, he ruled in January that the jury should not see the 20-minute documentary about Melly's life and his rise to fame. The judge went with them, which was filmed just before the double murder. The video often shows Melly holding a gun. I watched the video. He's holding an AK-47. I think a couple of times he's probably holding a Glock with an extended clip, all that other stuff. So in the last few seconds, it mentions the death of Thomas and Williams. Breaking video, make sure you delete this part. Now, the defense argued that the video is just hearsay. I mean, let's be real. How can a video be hearsay or just hearsay? It's a video. If you watch it, it's a video. You see it. It can't be just hearsay. But the state says that video actually proves that Melly was at the scene of the crime. I don't know what they saw in the video that says that he was at the scene of the crime to them, but I would love for this video to be played in court so that we could see what it is they were trying to see. I mean, you got the man on death row. Not death row, but he is facing the death penalty. So why leave anything out? You got to convince people that he is deserving of the death penalty. Now, because the appeal is from an order granting a motion to suppress the evidence, the stay is automatic. The statute argued this on Friday. That's what they were in court about. They said that the judge does not have the authority to allow discovery to proceed while the case is on appeal. The defense said that the rules do not require a blanket stay on all issues. Basically, they're saying you could go ahead with some of the issues. It doesn't mean that because it's on appeal that everything needs to stop. To me, I think YNW Melly's attorneys are doing a good job of stirring the pot, causing some confusion, right? Now everybody is arguing, should we stop? Should we go? Can we go? Does the stay require? It's all confusion now. And said that it wants to explore, among other things, the broadness of a search warrant for text messages from 2018. Now, after a brief argument from both sides, Judge Murphy made no decision, taking it under advisement, which means he'll go home, he'll think about it, and then another date, we'll see Melly pop up again, where they'll be discussing, should we go ahead or should we wait for a final ruling from the appellate courts, etc., etc. That's the full update. That is where we're at. And we look forward to hearing more, as far as we look forward to seeing this. I'm tired of this. It's been a while. It's time for the trial to happen. It's time for them to go to court. You know what I mean? Come to a final decision and then keep it moving. And again, like I asked you in the beginning, leave in the comment section if you think that YNW Melly is either going to beat this and walk away, and why. Or do you think that he is going to be found guilty but not get the death penalty? Or do you think he is actually going to be found guilty and be sentenced to death? That's our latest follow-up. It's April 27th, 2024, and I'll catch you on the next video. It's Hot Topics TV / BrainFLoTv. You already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace. Hit that subscribe button.